Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Motb Allah coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I just got a couple videos and articles lined up going into the Motb, man. You know, it's clear as day that this is indeed the R to the FIDC hip. All right, and we're coming to a close. All right, this thing is about to get implemented. They just, basically started up the FedNow program, all right, which goes into instant payments, which is basically just a railroad for the Cbdcs. All right, I got this. Let me bring this out. This came out today. Amazon launches pay by palm scan technology at Whole Food locations nationwide. All right, so you've seen these popping up, at a couple of stores, here and there, but now they're starting to go nationwide. All right. And it's crazy because, you don't see, I shop at Whole Foods, but I don't see anybody using these. No, they got the self checkouts, they have the tap and pay with the credit cards, but the pay with your palm, nobody's using these. All right. So, but this is just the infrastructure being put into place for when it's actually implemented. All right. Here's another video at also at Amazon or Whole Foods. All right, but it shows you. It says Whole Foods. The caption says Whole Foods prepping for the Great Reset with people barred from entry without QR codes. Now it has the pay with the palms. You can see it right there. So basically, what is that gonna? It's gonna be QR codes at first. But then what's it going to go into? It's going to go into the CHIP, and I'm going to get that video as well. But look at this. Look what they're putting in place.
So basically, you cannot get into the Whole Foods market in Washington, D.C. unless you scan your own QR code, and they track everything you're doing. And this is the future of all grocery stores. So if you want more information on this, I'll get it to you. But this is the future of all grocery stores. I mean, I'm going to have to boycott Whole Foods.
So, you see the direction that everything is going. And, hey, Tawadi Yao Shai, because this is it. All right. This is what, our apostles and elders on down have been, prophesying, teaching by way of the Rachakwadash. Okay. Which is, the prophecy. All right. The Motb. Everything that is being put into place. And if you can't see it, you're either blind, you sold out, or, the Lord's not dealing with you. Okay? Because this is clear as day. Now, again, it's going to start with QR codes, and then eventually it's going to go to the CHIP because it's ultimate control. All right? Now, this is going to be guised by the convenience of all the theft, and it's the spirit, because all you see nowadays being reported on is the theft in all these stores. Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. Walmart had to close the store because of so much theft. All right, Target. All these people just walking out. I mean, over there in Frisco, they have that thing where if it's like under a certain amount of money, the cops aren't even going to be called. All right? Now, what is the so-called solution? Well, if you can't even enter the store without scanning something, and then everything that you grab is monitored, well, hey, there goes theft. But you can see the so-called convincing factors, and that's just one aspect. All right, we know that the chaos is gonna come. They keep talking about polycrisis. All right, the brother always likens it into Esau offering a pseudo salvation. All right, and now when I get this video, it's going to talk about even UBI, all right? Everything. Esau, he's a crafty devil, all right? And you can see how this is going to be the hour of temptation. And the Lord's will, we stand firm and we keep our integrity, all right? Because, hey, we know what's coming is better than all this. And this isn't a life worth living anyways, all right? But let me get this video. It's a 3-minute video, and then I'm going to hit a couple precepts, and that'll be it.
German banking economist Richard Werner was selected as a global leader for tomorrow by the World Economic Forum in Davos in 2003. Here, he tells us an insider's view of what to soon expect. and says the only way to survive the Great Reset is for us to immediately begin setting up our
Oh, and the brother GMS Austere Man uploaded this. All right.
own banking system.
In each domicile, they should be locally set up and authorized by the local regulators. And it's a profitable investment. Banking is profitable.
Yeah.
So the investors would get a return while the local community would get a return. And it's a way of delaying, perhaps even preventing the introduction of CBDCs. They have literally delayed their agenda because I think it's so important to them. They've been very careful about the timing, and let's wait a little longer, let's have this crisis first, let's have COVID first.
And I forgot, just to add this in, I forgot what devil it was, but they said you can't let any crisis go to waste. Everything that's happening, so-called crisis-wise, I mean, we just got out of that so-called pandemic. All that is used for a reason. All right, all that is used to push their agenda. All right, now this guy's going into CBDCs, but you're going to see how it's going to be linked to the Motb.
Soften them up, but they've delayed because the technology was already ready around 2015 to roll out. And what people don't mention is, what do these CBDCs actually look like? At the moment, there's a bit of talk about this being phone-based apps. And yes, that is the initial phase. But what was already ready around 2015 is the ultimate goal, what they really want. Apparently, I was told by a central banker, is, CBDCs looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin.
They want a small grain of rice to put under your skin. All right. Now, we understand that the CHIP is just another form of the wallet to house the CBDCs. But as you can see, this insider was saying that this is their ultimate goal. All right. To get that little grain of rice in you. Okay. Because, you could lose your phone. All right. You can, QR code can be messed up. But if there's a CHIP in you, then that's ultimate control. Play a little bit more.
Which is, in my view, a violation of human dignity, and they realize there is a hurdle. So, to get people to accept this, there will be, why suddenly are all the billionaires saying let's have universal basic income? Because the story is going to be.
Yeah, to get people to accept this is going to be what? The temptation. Now, the temptation is going to be a whole different variety of things. Like you heard him mention the UBI, all right? And what do they have talks about right now? The UBI, but there's also talks of reparations, all right? Now, best believe if that reparations is approved, it's going to be linked to the CBDCs, all right, which goes into the CHIP. But that's just one. The scriptures say it's the hour of temptation. So every which way, whether it be chaos, whether it be convenience, all right, whether it be a little carrot dangling from the stick, some money, okay, whatever aspect it comes in, this is the temptation. All right, so this is what we have to understand and know and pray that we get past this. All right, this is why we're doing what we're doing to the best of our ability. We're preaching this word. We're furthering the ministry. All right, the best way we know possible. All right, and staying in the secret place of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, it takes departing from this world, because if you haven't departed from this world, starting spiritually, all right, you're going to want to continue in all these things and be tempted to continue. Okay, this is why the scriptures say, seek ye the Lord and while he may be found, because again, that aspect is going to happen as well, to where this knowledge ain't going to be available. So once these things, are pushed off or implemented, I should say, there's not going to be any more warnings. All right. The warnings are going out now. But again, that's why it's important to seek the Lord, depart from this world, learning to stay upon the Lord now, not staying upon this world. All right. That's why brothers are, heavily getting into herbs, getting into things that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai created. So when we go through these times of trial and tribulation, all right, even, through the hour of temptation, we're going to keep relying upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. But I'll let this finish off.
Now we've created this vast unemployment and disruption and crises. Well, we need universal basic income. you will get 2,000 euros into your account every month. But of course, to run this efficiently, we need to use the latest technology. So, you need the CBDC chip implant. But how many people will say, okay, fine, £2,000, 2,000 euros,
a surprising proportion.
Yeah, and what they don't understand, we're going to get the scripture, but the majority of the whole world is going to be with this. By one way or another, however those temptations come, these people are going to fold. All right, save the elect. The elect are not going to be ignorant of Satan's devices. The elect are not going to, what does the scripture say? They love not their lives unto death. All right, the Lord's will, we're of that number, but we understand that this is not it. This is not how life is supposed to be ran. All right, and on top of that, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has promised us something better if we keep our integrity, if we hold on. Okay, so now our belief and our faith in the promise to what's to come, that is what's going to keep us through. The scriptures talk about hope. All right, and being patient. All right, because we have to wait upon the Lord to come back and take this man out of power. But we can't forget the vision. All right, the scriptures say, where there is no vision, the people perish. And the vision is what? Salvation, the kingdom to come, because there ain't going to be no sea hips in the kingdom. All right, there's not going to be any, this fucking food that's messing us up, the enchantments going out, everything. All right, to the Wi-Fi, to the propaganda that's pushed, all these things aren't going to be in the kingdom. The kingdom is going to be a place of righteousness. All right, now we understand that's to come. So when we keep that vision in our mind, when this temptation is coming upon us, we're going to be able to know and stand firm and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and not give in. Okay, but again, these temptations are going to happen in a whole different variety of ways. And it's going to get the whole world, save the elect. All right? But let me finish this off.
Shockingly, obviously, to me or yourself, but we've seen years ago in Sweden, there has been a substantial small minority take-up of what's currently much larger. It's kind of like a little cylinder in stainless steel, I guess. Maybe it's titanium or something. And they're doing it because they just want to. They want to be early adopters of this nonsense. So if anyone's listening and that sounds fanciful or conspiracy theorish, the fact is in Sweden they are taking it up and in other places, and that's not coming out of nowhere.
The Bank for International Settlements recently published a report called Blueprint for the Future Monetary System, Improving the Old, Enabling the New. This report proposes that a central bank digital currency will serve as the new reserve currency and calls for the digital confiscation of all physical property by assigning every real-world item its own unique digital token, which will contain rules on how each item can and cannot be used, so that each person can be controlled and conditioned directly by the central bank.
See, and you can see this is all a form of control. This is their agenda. And that last little thing they mentioned, the tokenization of all assets. All right, they want everything digital. They call it the Internet of Things. Now that goes into their plan of you will own nothing and be happy, because like as he mentioned, when everything's tokenized, they can implement certain stipulations or certain rules that you have to adhere by to keep those tokens. All right, which again goes into that plan of you will own nothing and be happy. All right, which is total control. Now I'm gonna get these couple of scriptures and close out. All right, we know and understand that it's crystal clear. The Motb. Okay, the I'm gonna read it, but the Motb is the RFID C-hip. Okay, and we got to say it like that because of the algorithms. All right, but you should understand by now what we are talking about. Okay, now this is Ezekiel 2:5. It says, "And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear." So whether the people want to hear it or not, our people. All right, for they are a rebellious house, and Israel is most rebellious. Yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. Okay, so whether they hear or not, whether Jake wants to listen, it's not up to us. Okay, it's up to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But nonetheless, we have to push that warning out. And it's so evident now, it's being made clear, Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, all right, that it's without a shadow of doubt, this is exactly what the scriptures are talking about. All right. So you're going to understand that the prophets were out there warning. Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, which we're seeing the infrastructure being put into place. And you know, in this near future, we're going to see it being implemented. All right. But it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. All right. The true prophets, starting from the apostles and elders on down, are out there. All right. They're out there on the highways and hedges. They're out there doing lessons daily, letting you know that this is what it is. And you know, I think it was Apostle Gabar that brought this up. Might have been Apostle Gabar or Apostle Rumlam. It seems like every conversation always leads to this. All right. Because this is one of the ultimate prophecies. Ultimate end time prophecies. All right. This is Revelation 13 and 16, straight to the point. And he causeth all, and when you read up, the he is talking about the beast, which is NATO and the EU, headed by America, which what nation controls all of it? Esau. All right. The nation of Esau, Edom. But it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we just seen their agenda is what? To put that C-hip underneath the skin. Okay? Which is going to have the aspect, all right, or the ability to be able to pay for things. All right? And it doesn't matter if you're rich, you're poor, you're free, you're bond. I mean, you know, you shop at grocery stores. All these stores are going to have the infrastructure to be to where it's you have to have these things. All right? And this is right here. If you had any other, you know, concerns, what does it say? Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, showing you that it is directly connected to the way we, you know, conduct in monetary exchanges. Okay? It says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, and we've seen it. It's either going to be in your hand or in your forehead. And another thing that's coming out too is what the Neuralink, okay, which is going to be, you know, another temptation, another, you know, justification, or another false miracle, so to speak, of them being able to heal so-called, you know, memory issues or all these other things. But it's also going to have the same ability to be able to go into these stores or buy and sell. All right. Which ultimately everything is a great defiance of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai if you take that, see it, because you're accepting Esau. All right. You're accepting the beast as your master. All right. You're bowing down to his plan and being just another number, being ultimately controlled by him. All right. You're trusting in him when Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is right here telling us not to take these things. Well, I'm going to get it in Revelation, the 14th chapter. All right. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is letting us know this is a direct, you know, disobedience to him if you take this. All right. But it says, here's the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now I'm going to get the last precept. But it says what? Doom for worshipers of the beast, because that's exactly what you're doing. If you take the C-hip, you're worshiping the beast. All right? It says, Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right? And what is that? That's that thermonuclear destruction that's coming here. If you bow down to what this man is pushing, this agenda, you're going to be killed. All right? You're going to be killed, and it's not going to be an easy death. All right, that's that nuclear death. And you're going to be in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So Yahweh Shai is going to be there. All right. It says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. All right. And here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. All right. I'll finish it off. It says, I heard a voice from heaven saying unto them, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. So even if you have to die not accepting these things, what's going to happen? That die in the Lord from henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So you're not going to lose your position. Okay? If you keep your integrity and you have to be put to death for not accepting this man's agenda, then so be it. Our works follow us, and we're going to witness to a great salvation. So not everybody's going to die. All right? The elect are going to be saved up. The majority of the elect are going to be saved up from this nuclear destruction, and they're not going to take the sea hip. All right? Let me get this one too. Because it tells us exactly how to be kept from all these temptations that are coming when this sea hip is implemented. All right? Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right? And this is the word of the patience, doing what we're doing. All right? Being involved in this ministry, pushing this truth, preaching on the highways and hedges, being brotherly, however we can help the ministry, we're doing it. And we're not giving in. We're departing from this world. All right? Because patience goes into suffering. We're suffering. The scriptures say when you depart from evil, you maketh yourself a prey. All right? But it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that hour of temptation is when that sea hip is implemented. So if we are keeping the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua's patience, we will be kept from that hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right? Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Okay? And this is this is what we have to remember. This is the vision. All right? Again, verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power. And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write him upon my new name. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. So those who are, kept from this temptation, who held on to their integrity, they're going to be the first fruits in the kingdom to come, a pillar in the kingdom. All right. Hey, but yeah, Lord's will, this is edifying. Again, this is crystal clear. All right, this is what it is. All right, there's no doubt in it. And if you're denying it, all right, hey, the Lord is not dealing with you. All right, hey, but again, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Halim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Ball.